I'm Dale Leiter. Bev and I have been members since I think 76, 77, right in that time frame. And I got to join this can crew back in 2008 after I retired.
My name is Don Severson, better known as Chip, since the month and a half after I was born.
I'm Gary Neubauer, and been a member here at the church since the late 70s. And I joined this group here in the can recycling program in 2018.
Doug Larson, been a member here since '87, I think.
Doug Larson joined us this year, or last year I should say, he's 25 now. But so he's our newest and best member.
Newest old guy.
It was hard to draft him. He was #1 draft pick. Back in 1988, Tony Almain was the start of the whole group. He wanted to give some food for hunger, to help feed the hunger in the world. And he started actually at, I think, Tanglin Elementary School with some of his classes. And then it moved over here in 1988 to the All Saints Church. Dave Hansen joined him back in 1989, about a year later. For the next 5 or 10 years, roughly, I don't know the exact amount of time, but they were out in the church parking lot garage every morning, Sunday morning before services, and people would drop off cans. They were out there collecting, and Chip said too, he had done some of that. I know the guys had snowmobile suits on, it was cold, and they put in some real work hours out there.
Crushing cans, condense them a little bit.
Yep. And then they took those in bags to the recycling plant and got the monies that way. And then back in about the mid-90s, they got a trailer from Northern Metal Recycling up in Minnetonka. And somebody lived locally here, and they would bring the trailer. When it was full, haul it away and bring it back. 2011, Bev and I, we donated the existing can trailer to the church in memory and honor of our parents. My brother-in-law and I spent 3 days building the cage on there. The 2 back doors open all the way, kind of like a closet door. They just open up, and the cans come tumbling out, and it's just amazing how noisy that is. You can't believe it. I wear my earmuffs because it's really noisy. It's hard to believe how much noise those cans make when there's hundreds of them falling down on the ground and together. And once you get the doors open, about probably 20% of the load is unloaded by itself. And then we pull ahead about 8 feet with the trailer and the pickup. And then the guys will jump inside with the scoop shovels, and they'll kind of just rake them out and get in there and scoop them out to the point where it's getting high again in the back. And we'll pull ahead another 8 feet, and they'll do that. We pull ahead about 3 times. So it takes about 15 minutes to unload this trailer. And there's usually roughly about between 700 and 900 pounds of cans in there each time. So that's what we do probably every 2-3 months.
It's about $500 per trailer load, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it adds up pretty quickly. So
Tony asked if I was available to join back in 2008 after I retired, and I was happy to do it. It gives me a good feeling in my heart to pay back a little bit. The Lord's been good to me, and it's time for me to do a little payback, I think. So I'm happy to do it.
Well, it was something I like to do, hands-on kind of stuff. Always have liked that. And it seemed like a kind of a fun job to do.
I joined in 2018, and I still remember the first time I did it. It was well below zero, and I thought, boy, what did I get myself into here? And that was just when we were hooking up the trailer and everything. And I still remember our first trip over there, and how when you get inside the garage, you empty those cans, how loud it is, and I didn't have any ear protection at the time, but I got used to it. And the reason I joined was basically to help Dale and the church out.
Well, I joined because I wanted to be the new old guy in that group. And I've always recycled. I work construction and retired now. And going out to landfills, predominantly Demcon landfill, you see how much waste that goes into these landfills and how much of it can be recycled if people make an effort. You know, it doesn't take much to recycle. And there's just a lot of waste out there, and this is a great way to recycle cans, and so I guess that's why I'm doing it.
After 36 years, the can recycling program has reached a total of $111,455 towards world hunger. So we can thank Tony and Dave for getting that started. But we should, I guess, encourage people and thank people, you know, both in the church itself here and the surrounding community. They provide a lot of the cans we get. I think it's not just all church members.
And I think the other thing is encourage younger members to maybe join this group, because as you can see, there's nobody young sitting here.
Do you think that we as a church can make a difference in world hunger?
Yes, we can. Thanks for your contributions.